And I really was like, this is the strangest mystery that ends so completely tragic. But there is a blessing in it all, and that is that the baby is abandoned and spared. So when the baby came up missing, or came up in somebody's yard, just sitting in a car seat, everybody was like, what? But the picture they showed of the baby was a healthy baby, like well fed, very clean. And so most of the comments when this baby was abandoned in the yard of just some stranger in Tennessee were like, what's going on? So the police on the 29th, 2 days ago of July, put out like a bolo, like, hey, you know, I don't know if it's called a bolo, but, you know, a news thing saying, we're looking for this person and this person who are important in the disappearance, you know, finding this baby, which were the mother and the father. And so it wasn't but a few hours later that the police were led directly to a horrific homicide of 4 people. The baby's family, the mother, the father, the grandmother, and the minor, a juvenile uncle. So what's so weird is this just gets, I'm going to try my best to put this in a nutshell for you. So the baby is 7 months old, little girl, was found abandoned in a car seat in the front of a residence near Trigett in Dyer County. And I'm sure I say Tigrit wrong. In Dyer County on Tuesday, July 29th. So that's around 3 o'clock. Now, it was somewhere around 4 o'clock that the police put out this whole thing about, you know, we just want to talk to these people regarding the baby, right? So a witness reported seeing a dark colored minivan or a white, so I don't know how you could go dark and white unless both vehicles were there and you don't know which one dropped the baby off, but they were together. But it says reported seeing a dark colored minivan or white mid-size SUV drop off the child. So they drop off the child or the killer drops off the child. I don't know. But then, and that's around 3-ish, the infant was unharmed and taken into the hospital for evaluation. So, like I said, it's about, I think it's sometime in the evening. I don't know the exact time yet. 4 bodies are discovered later on. And these 4 individuals were found in Tiptonville, in nearby Lake County, near a prison. And that's very intricate into this as to a prison, right? We have some new members. We have 4 or 5 new Starlights. Oh, I guess now 6. Welcome, Cheryl, and welcome to all the new Starlight members just in time, because tomorrow is our Starlight members live chat. So we broadcast out to the public, but we give the chat over to our Starlights. And then if you really want to get behind the scenes with Starlights, we do a Sunday Starlight World, which is all about getting your forever home in a childlike fairyland. It's really fun, believe it or not. Sounds silly, but it's amazing. I'm not kidding. And you get to chat with all your wonderful, fantastic true crime chatters. Oh, that was me, guys. I was knocking on my desk. It is a lot. Welcome to Luck. Hold on, y'all. Lucky. It's okay. It's fine. No bark. No bark. No. Now Jack start. All right, let's ignore him. So, okay, Viv says, now keep in mind, again, welcome to 1111 True Crime. I'm Mama D. We cover all kinds of cases. We talk facts, speculation, opinion. We do it all here, and your opinion matters. Just because, you know, we are speculating doesn't mean we need to call any of that in to any authorities. One thing I really want to stress is truth train come through. Unless you have first-hand knowledge, do not bother the police, right? You heard it from this person that's attached to the case. Did you see that fly? I've never had flies. I got a fly in my house. Ooh, I'm being watched. All right, you guys. So let me try to make sense of what's going on. Julie says, I love Starlight World. All right. So this is so much to wrap my mind around and then try to break it down for you. Oh, it grabbed the wrong thing, but that's good too. Let's talk about this. Suspect identified. The TBI has identified Austin, can you see it? Wait. Austin Robert Drummond, 28, as the suspect and has issued warrants for his arrest on charges including 4 counts of first-degree murder, aggravated kidnapping, and firearm possession charges. Drummond is to be considered armed and dangerous and remains at large as of July 31st and as of August 1st. And the investigation's ongoing and so forth and so who, blue, blue, blue. Now, let's get into this. This is where it's going to get really, really bizarre. And I don't think many people have actually put together this, okay? So, hi, Nikki UK. Let me say hello and welcome to our live crew, as well as welcome to my beautiful replay crew. I greatly appreciate you. My replay crew has really been hitting it hard, and I thank you because that helps get the awareness out there. It helps grow the channel, and we appreciate you. Zoe, Liz, Ocean Deep, Rach Not That Rach. Hi, Pride and Candy, Jennifer Swain. Zozo, how you doing, lovely? All right, Jennyville's here. Woo, we got a lot of people at Courtster. So many of you that I would be here all day welcoming you, so I'm just going to throw lots of love your way. Please hit that like button. All right, here we go. This is where it gets weird. So the night before all this happens with the baby being abandoned and the night before the 4 homicide victims, check this out. Allegedly, because everything's alleged here, I absolutely have no proof. I heard the 911 call and it's from the night before. Now, I forgot to record it and don't know where I heard it, but I will encourage you to go look for it. If I find it, I will share it with you. But it's a recording, 911. And it's a person that is going through the house looking for their daughter and the baby. So Courtney Rose is the grandmother. It's the night before. She's going through the house with a flashlight looking for the baby. Why wouldn't you turn a light on? Okay, unless the power had been cut in some ways. So that's something interesting. She could not locate the mother and the baby. So I'm guessing, just, hypothetical here, and I don't think it's too far of a reach to kind of assume that this child and the mother had already been snagged, if you get me. Now, there are multiple vehicles at this homicide where these individuals have been drawn into that location near the prison. And so what would be the lure? The baby and the mama that's missing the night before. So that could be what happens is, first, somehow, maybe, just hypothetically, this man Drummond, who has an extensive, tear over here on the right side of the eye kind of criminal background, Lord have mercy, just got out of prison in September. Oh my gosh. Is their main suspect, is now being discovered to allegedly be the significant other of the half-sister of not the grandmother, from my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong, please do, so I make sure I get it right. But from the news, I was understanding it, to the best of my knowledge, that it is the baby's mama's half-sister that actually is dating the guy. So, all right. He's already had a criminal rap sheet a mile long for aggravated burglary at some like 7-Eleven convenience store where he put a gun in someone's face. Okay? So, then he has charges. Let's listen to some of this, all right? Okay, just give me a second. Austin Robert Drummond, age 28, is currently wanted by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations and Lake County Sheriff's Department connection with a quadruple homicide in Lake County, Tennessee, which is linked to the abandoned infant in Dyer County. Okay, so he is facing 4 first-degree murder counts, aggravated kidnapping. See, so it wasn't just luring them there. There's aggravated kidnapping. So I'm thinking that the 911 call where she's going through the house with the flashlight, grandma looking for the daughter and the baby, is related to this aggravated kidnapping, meaning that it would be the night before that the mother and the baby go missing. Okay. Also, firearm-related offenses, which he's a felon and not supposed to even have a firearm. He's described as 5 foot 10 feet. No, 5 foot 10 inches, weighing only 190, with brown hair and blue eyes, he could put in contacts. He could dye his hair. Who knows? He may have a goatee. He may not. His appearance might be altered. Authorities believe he is driving a white 2016 Audi A3 sedan with Tennessee license plates R. Roger, I. Igloo, O. Ostrich, 1896, which has damage to the driver's side. I highly doubt he's in that. Drummond has a history of criminal activity, including convictions for evading arrest, attempted burglary, aggravated robbery, and retaliation, which I believe this current event, for which he was sentenced 13 years in 2013. 13's your lucky number. I bet you get caught on August 13th, dude. I hope sooner. He was released in September of 2024. So I was wrong. It was 2024. No, I was right. We haven't had September yet. Yeah. Following his release, he was arrested on new charges related to mathematical, contraband, and unlawful telecommunications devices because he was using a drone to fly over the prison and drop off supply. Kid you not. He was out on bond for these charges, which he was going to go up to the river forever. This man had nothing to lose. And it says he was awaiting court dates when the quadruple murder occurred. My gracious, this could have been stopped. This could have been prevented. Authorities suspect Drummond was in a relationship with a relative of the victims, which, like I said, is the half-sister of the mother of the baby, from my understanding, is who he's dating. Authorities suspect Drummond in the relationship. A combined reward of up to $15,000, which I think it went up to $25,000 now. Don't quote me. Do your own research. Form your own opinion. Is being offered by TBI and the U.S. Marshals Service for information leading to the arrest. Drummond is considered armed and dangerous and should never be approached. Investigations ongoing. If you have information, please contact law enforcement in your area immediately. He could be anywhere. Because they didn't know it was him, even though they found the bodies for 48 hours, it sounds. So he may have had a 2-day head start to wherever he was going. Now, there have been some sightings, even in Jackson. So I don't know if that's Jackson, Tennessee or Mississippi. I don't even know if there is a Jackson, Tennessee. But I believe that it's possible that the baby was used and the mother as the lure. I really, really strongly feel that way. I am going to pull cards to see what that looks like today. So if you pull cards, join me. And I sent out the first batch of 15 decks out. And so you guys are going to be pulling cards with me, and I can't wait. Let's go ahead and see what this latest update is from ABC News.
This investigation is continuing to unfold. We're learning much more information tonight about the suspect in this case, Austin Drummond, as well as the victims and their families. Now, as this case has sent shockwaves through much of the community here in Dyer County especially, we're learning a lot more as the TBI has enlisted the help of several other law enforcement agencies, the FBI included in that enlistment, to help them with this investigation. Now, there are a lot of details in this case, so I want to run all of them down for you and take you through a bit of a timeline as to what we know so far and who we've talked to since we've been here in Dyer County. First, TBI officials.
This is him. This is him. Whoop, over there. Over there, over there. That's him. That's Austin Drummond. Now check this out. If he did this the way I'm suspecting, what he would do, and it just makes me chill to the bone and my heart just sinks, but this is what he could have done. He may have done. Speculation station, here we come, right? So, Viv Hun, don't say that in chat. I love you and you're right, but YouTube won't let us say that. So, if he gets the mother and the baby, he has her phone. So he could use her phone to pretend like he's her and put out the distress signal. Mom, I need your help. Please come over. All right. So the mother might go to the house and see it completely dark and think that's weird. And now, why is she using a flashlight through the house? Why not flip on the light switches? I'm guessing that he cut the lights so that he could get the victim easier. Victims. I'm just guessing, speculation. So then, Courtney, the grandmother, is calling 911 allegedly, because I know she called 911 and she's going through the house with flashlight, but I'm saying this is in my theory. And she can't find the baby. And so then she's eventually lured, Mom, I'm out here. I got dropped off beside the prison. So lured. Meanwhile, he's already made it through the area. Somehow the baby gets left. And then he heads to the prison. And then that's when the message is sent from the daughter's phone again, saying, Mom, I'm stranded. I need help. I'm out here by the prison with the baby in this heat. Because it's like 111 degrees, super hot. Including for that baby sitting in that car seat in someone's yard. All right. So if that's true, then I believe that the little brother may have been with the mother, right? The juvenile. So she goes there, and that's those two victims plus the daughter. Now, if he also wanted the other person, which would be the father of the baby, he could simply pull the same thing with him and be like, honey, I'm out here stranded with the baby by the prison on this road. It's 111. Can you come get us? Oh my God. They let me go, right? Because he would know she was missing, right? So then the next person would drive up. So that would bring each person individual. And allegedly 3 victims were found in their vehicles, and 1 was found away from the rest in the woods a little bit. So I believe the one taken out into the woods may have been the mother of the baby. I could be wrong. All of this is speculation, I'm just trying to make sense of this. And when I pull cards, I'll find out how close any of this narrative is. So it's going to be interesting. This man is still out there. Now, previously, when he fled, remember the charge about fleeing from the police? He fled to, I believe it was Florida. So would he go back that area? I doubt it, because that's where he got caught. So will he go the opposite way? California? Will he go even south, further south? Did he, this apparently seems very well planned, excluding he got himself caught. So, I think he did. I think he used hostages as the snare. Right. No swearing in chat, please. Even though Mama D did swear last couple videos ago, I swore I got ugly. It happens, but try to refrain, you guys. I know it's a YouTube thing. Pinky Pup says, my grandma used to use that term. The element of an unmarried mother. Oh, I don't even know. I'm certainly not judging these victims, right? So it's alarming that there would be this half sister that's dating a man, and then the baby spared, but they're all taken out. And a lot of people have come out that knew the family and said that this guy was somebody they all liked and trusted. The father of the baby's dad, the grandfather of the baby, said that they all thought this man was their friend. They liked him. How does that work? What are you guys' thoughts? No. Allegedly, no. The baby is not his. James is the father of the baby, and he's one of the victims. Was it just him? We don't know for sure. Some people are suspecting that it was him and another, that it was more than one person. Yes. Whoo! Thank you for bringing that up, Jennifer Swain. You are my other half of my brain. So the half-sister... Okay, so Drummond had gone to prison for 13 years, right? During that time, and now, the half-sister of the mother of the baby works at the prison. Yeah, the same prison this dude's at, or was at. Did somebody narc? And then he got caught delivering the rugs at the prison? Did someone narc? What do you guys call that over in the UK? Rat? I don't know. Tell on him. Did the father of did one of the victims know about this drop off through the sister, the half-sister? Maybe the half-sister told the family members that he, Austin Drummond, was doing this whole flying the drone over and dropping the rugs into the prison. And maybe, again, this is all speculation, maybe that's the motive, is that he decided to go get retaliation because he's already lost his life forever and headed back to prison. So he's mad, and he's like, well, I'll use the baby and the mother to lure the rest of the family here one by one using her phone, and take them out in retaliation, because he does have a charge for retaliation on other crimes where he was vengeful. Hey, Tammy Chris, good to see you. Happy to see you. You're never late here, honey. It's always divine guidance, divine timing. Did they leave the baby to protect it? I don't know. The baby's not going to be able to identify anyone, not a witness. The baby would not have been responsible for turning anybody in. So the baby would be considered possibly an innocent and have been spared because of that. But the main thing is the baby can't identify anyone. It's only 7 months old. So perhaps that is what happened. Jennyville says, oh, that changes things a bit. Right. Tammy says, now, he is the one that killed the 4 people in Tennessee, is related to the other couple at the Devil's Den. That's a good question. I doubt it, but at this point, I'm not sure. I mean, the people were taken out by a GUNN, a pew pew over here in this case with the abandoned baby, and in the other case, it's a teacher that used a knife. Yes, in Devil's Den case, a family, a mom and a dad, and their 2 beautiful children, 7 and 10, were brutally attacked. The mother with a knife by a stranger on their hike in Devil's Den Park, a nature hike. And then the mother made an escape with her daughters, got them far enough that she felt they were safe, and told them to run. And then she would have been fine, but she went back to save her husband and ended up getting passed away. So they caught that guy, ripped him right out of the barber chair, and collected his hair. And come to find out, he has not had a steady teaching job ever. And he has basically jumped from school to different school to different school to avoid situations where he's accused of having a strong interest in little girls, which is what that family had, a 10-year-old and a 9-year-old little girl. So that's that case. Are they related? I don't feel in my gut they are. I just feel this is just brutal what's going on right now. Like I said, the blessing in this is that the baby was spared, but it's horrific tragedy that it rips my mind apart. Viv says maybe they begged for the baby to be dropped off so it would be found instead of being abandoned in the house they were taken from, in my opinion. You could be right. You could be right. Dee Dee had arrest of teacher. Yes, Devil's Den. Yes. And do you know Devil's Den's call numbers for help actually have 666 in the number? There are no coincidences. Prime Candy, yes, Viv, maybe they're bargaining by telling him that they're willing if he could just drop the baby off at the first house they pass. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. With its half-sister, how long were her and this dude dating? I do not know how long, but I know it was for a while, couple years, is what to the best of my knowledge. Has he only got with her to maintain a supply into the jail and to keep an eye on her, in my opinion? Maybe. Hello, Rach. Thank you, lovely. You say please hit that like button if you haven't already. Please subscribe and tap the notification. Never miss a Mama D upload live again. Go on. You know you want to. Love yas. Thank you, Rach. That's so sweet. Yeah. This case is just absolutely absurd. All right, let's get back over and listen to this.
Are reporting that an infant was found abandoned after being left in a car seat on a front yard in Dyer County on Tuesday afternoon. Now, this came after officials received a call just after 3 p.m., hours before those 4 victims were found discovered. we also have it confirmed that the incidents are connected. Those 4 individuals found dead have been identified as 21-year-old James Wilson, 20-year-old Adriana Williams, 38-year-old Courtney Rose, and 15-year-old Braden Williams. Local officials have expressed their commitment to uncovering the truth, and they want to ensure that justice is served in this case. We spoke with Lake County Mayor Danny Cook earlier, and he told us that this was a, quote, devastating and despicable act, and he's unsure of how everybody got from Dyer County to Lake County, where their bodies were discovered on Carrington Road in Tiptonville. Now, Drummond was released from a 13-year prison sentence, some information that we found earlier. And according to another person that we spoke with out here in Dyer County, Barbara Vaughn, who was a manager at a local clothing store, she had a very unique perspective on the situation as she worked with local law enforcement here in Dyer County for several years. And she expressed some of her thoughts on this situation. She talked about some of the recent events and emphasized how this tragedy has impacted the community. Take a listen to what she said.
I actually hope that they will be punished to the degree that they need to be punished, and that they will be locked up and they won't be allowed to do this to anyone else.
That's loud.
And as the search for Drummond continues, authorities are encouraging anyone with information about his whereabouts to contact the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation or the Dyer County Sheriff's Office. A reward of $2,500 is being offered for any details that are leading up to his capture at this time. And coming up at 6, I will have more information for you about the connections to family members, some more of what we're learning about the victims and that connection to the suspect as well as locals and what they're saying and how this has really impacted the community right here. But for now, live from Dyer County, I'm Lauren Turman, ABC 24.
Thank you, Lauren, for tuning in and giving us that update. Karma Moon, hello, lovely. You said he is out on bond and shouldn't have been. He unalived someone in prison. Attempted murder. So he attempted to kill somebody in prison. Yeah, you're right. But he didn't kill him. He tried. Oh, Lord, I don't want to say that either. Viv says, or was the half-sister smuggling stuff in for the inmates, then refused to do it anymore, so it was revenge against her, in my opinion. Ooh, I had not thought of that angle for sure. Prime Candy says, I know these people died, but I'm so very glad the baby was spared. What an awful history that baby is going to grow up knowing what happened to their family. It's so unimaginable, right? How this baby will grow up. That's why I blurred the face and hid it, because I don't feel the baby deserves to be known by public at all. Hi, Michelle McCrate, lovely. Big loves to you, Tammy. Let me get caught up. Aw, Liz says, I love you all as I have to babysit my grandkids. I hope that you have a great weekend. Love you, Mama D and family. I will watch the rest on replay. Thank you, Liz. And I do thank my replay crew. You guys are incredible. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys, you know I'm not going to stay on here all day long. Like I said, that's my theory, that the mother and the baby were kidnapped and held hostage the night before. And that's why, in my opinion, that we have the 911 call where we've got Grandma Rose going through the house with the flashlight. And then she's led the next day out there, lured, using the mother of the baby's phone out there, as well as she probably brought her son, which was the brother of the mother of the baby, and he was only 15, bless his heart, good Lord. And then again played the same trick and lured the father out there, James. So that's my theory. I'm praying to God This person needs to be caught. So if you would like to join me on a prayer for the baby, and also that the person that did this is brought to justice and caught to prevent him from doing any further damage, I invite you to do that with me. I will be back tomorrow. We will have a Starlights member live for all you beautiful Starlights, and we'll be covering another case, I assure you. All right, my beautifuls, here we go. Let's join our hearts in prayer. We ask you, dear Jesus, we gather our energy today, and we ask that unconditional love be swaddled around this baby to protect this child as she matures and grows into the beautiful woman and has her own children. We pray that her heart is healed and that she is continually guided in love. We also pray that this monster that has wickedly taken the 4 lives of these innocent people be brought in and caught so that he can never harm another person on the outside, that our society is protected. We ask this in our faith for you, that you always provide us what we need. In Jesus' name we pray this with all our hearts. Amen. All right, you guys, I invite you to join me if you'd like into pulling cards. I will be looking at this case. I want to understand if I'm even close to right with my theory. I want to understand what the cards say themselves. Now, if you're not into tarot reading because you don't understand the cards, don't worry. My deck's easy to read. It's called True Crime Deck. And it's picture cards just like flashcards from kindergarten. And so whatever information is seek car trouble. Maybe that's what was led there. Mom, I'm stuck out there by the prison. I've had car trouble. See? The cards work. The next thing that came out is sold. So there's this trading, which is probably the drugs, right? Look, the next card is a baby. I'm not kidding. Come on over. Join us. You'll be able to understand the reading. And if you want your own deck, I now have it for sale. And I make each deck personally for you. All right, my loves, with that, I want to say thank you to all my new Starlights. Thank you to my beautiful mods. Thank you to my replay crew. And this Emmy goes because of all my supporters. I love you guys to the moon and back. With that, I will see you again on the other side where we do the time warp again. Just jump to your left and pull your knees in tight.